upon us will be brought to book. Just as we were about starting this press conference, I received a call from Mr. President. I want to specially thank him. He has approved that the National Emergency Management Authority be on ground, and I can confirm they are already on ground, working with us locally here. And he also gave his condolences, to the people that have lost loved ones in this unfortunate incident. And he's also giving us the assurance that he's with us at this trying period for us. So it's a trying time for all of us, but it is at such times like this that we draw on our strength and resilience to be our brother's keepers. And let us refrain from spreading fake news and disinformation that could potentially cause panic within the populace. CP Osheni has clarified some of the misinformation going on. I saw on a platform where some people said, oh no, Yoruba land is being invaded and all of that. And these are people who may not even be anywhere near Nigeria, talk less of Oyo State. So let us be mindful of what we say. And I read funnily on a platform also where somebody said, oh, some random people on the streets mentioned that they were being asked to pay to receive medical treatment, or they were being asked to pay, to stay in the hotels. Who should they believe? Should they believe the random people, or should they believe myself as the governor and the chief security officer of this state? Yes, that is how low we have sunk as a country, where people, they doubt their leaders. The gap, between the government, the trust deficit, between the government and the people, kept widening. It's a wake-up call, really, for all of us. So once again, I urge all to remain calm, as the authorities in Oyo State are on top of the situation. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Excellency. We'll take brief questions from 3 media outfits. The first will be The Nation. The correspondent, please come forward. After we can take from TVC, and the News Agency of Nigeria. News cover. The Nation. Project. All right. Project.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. Let me first and foremost express our condolence to all of us in the state. Going by what's going on in the street, I'm sure you're very particular about it. Then this morning, we gathered that these people, there has been reports of these activities, of what they are piling up in that place. And about 2 occasions, they were arrested and released. I don't know how true if you are aware. Then secondly, sir, what is government doing? Yes, private residents, people can do whatever they like in their homes. But the government not looking at checkmating some of these illicit activities that people take undue advantage of, all in the name of private and personal residents.
Well, I will allow the CP to talk about arrest and release. If anyone is to be arrested here, he is the one in charge of internal security. But let me say this, when you say on the street, we have to be a little bit mindful, you know, of how we disseminate information to our people. And when you're in a crisis situation, rather than, first of all, you know, for us to keep talking, how did we get to this point? What we want to do is look, especially where lives are involved, save as many lives as possible, get the people comfortable, and then we can start discussing, you know, what has gone wrong, what didn't go wrong, you know, how do you deal such that this type of thing does not reoccur. We're on top of the situation. We've always admonished our people that be aware of what is happening in your neighborhood. If you see any strange movements, you see any strange thing, then alert the authorities, and then we will do something about it. And we're doing something about the situation that we find ourselves right now. The CP.
Your Excellency, sir, distinguished members of the Fourth Estate of the Right. Well, the question the correspondent asked looks surprising to me, because while we got there was even when we were hearing people who lived where. The police wouldn't have information of who lived where, except that information come up. And that is part of what we've been telling them, that if you see something, say something, and the security agencies, in terms of security, will do something immediately. So this information about them being arrested and maybe released is untrue. To my knowledge, it's untrue. And as I superintend over policing of this state, we don't have any information like that. It's incorrect. Thank you.
TVC.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good
My name
afternoon.
is Ademola Lawrence from TVC News. So I just have two questions. One is the affected victims, some of them that I spoke to, their concern is the succor that the government has given. How do we assess it in terms of where to put them? Like one of the women I spoke to, she doesn't even understand where to go and how to go about it. So what's the means and how do they reach the government? And the second one, there have been discrepancies on which particular figure, the injured and the dead, because there's so much figures flying around. If we can just get straight from you, Your Excellency, we'll be very happy with that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Wale, is it?
Ademola Lawrence.
Ademola, yes. Well, the number of people affected hasn't changed, about 77, and what has changed is the fatalities, you know, from what we got yesterday. Yesterday, when I gave the briefing, actually early this morning, I said a corpse was recovered at the site of the blast, and also and that corpse has actually been identified at this point in time. And then one was taken dead to UCH. And this morning they got another corpse, so making 3 fatalities so far. And I'll also still continue to ask, even you journalists, verify your facts. Yes, engage us, but don't add to the problems by not being straight with what you're sending out to the people. If there is an individual that has approached you to say, look, I don't know where to go. I've been to some of the hotels today, and I've met people in there. I've met professors, I've met diasporans, and then we've also dealt with local people. So you know where the EOC is located, and you're seeing us here as well. Bring them forward. We will deal with that situation immediately. We've asked the hotels, taking anybody from the blast site that show up, you know, to be accommodated. So you don't need any, special permit, or just go out there, let them know your identity, and then we're dealing with the situation as we move along.
Good
afternoon, Your Excellency. My question borders on the nature of this unfortunate incident. It has been established that some people were engaged in illegal mining. For now, sir, I want you to address the lack of, the state of helplessness of the state, not particularly the states now. Talking about mining and the state of the country, whereby governors don't really have authority over what is going on under the ground. And we have a situation in our hand whereby somebody is storing explosives in the residential area. How do you think, sir, that you are going to address this and ensure that we will not have this kind of occurrences again?
Well, thank you, Dapo. Unfortunately, mining is on the exclusive list. It's exclusive to the federal government. But the land through which they carry out that mining activities, and also its impact, is on the state. We commissioned a new road around Ido, and of course mining activities, you have heavy duty trucks, you know, and the road was being spoiled. The environmental impact of mining activities will be borne by the state. So it's a constitutional matter. But just like I said, I received a call from the president just a few minutes ago. That is the starting point. He has also released NEMA, you know, to come and support us. He has given assurance that, look, whatever you need to do to address this issue, please bring it up. So it's not something that we can solve, you know, with a snap of a finger, but we have to keep the engagement going with the federal government and the involvement of the states over certain aspects of mining activities. You know, those are some of the things that we've been talking about, and I know that at some point we'll get the attention of the people. And remember also, I signed an executive order towards the end of last year to protect the mining communities. So that executive order is in force, and we'll continue to look at what we can do that are within the powers of the states, you know, to address this issue. But it won't be something that you can do without the support, the cooperation of the people, even the local government, you know, and the federal government. I hope everybody will come to the table so that this type of disaster will not reoccur.
Your Excellency, for the benefit of our local radio listeners here in your state, we'll take questions from Splash FM and Fresh FM.
All right, Your Excellency, my name is David Bello. I report for Splash FM. Your Excellency, I appreciate the fact that you are now very much modest in your caution to hoodlums and possible attempts by thieves to want to take advantage of the incidents out there. I recall a few minutes ago, your warning was stiffer, it was tougher. At some point, you used the word shoot at sight. Now, yes, now, Your Excellency, we would want to please ask the team on ground, do they have sufficient data to draw out residents that would still want to go in there to pick some of their valuables from thieves? And you know, people express grief in different ways. Some of them can be very stubborn, some of them can even be hostile to your authority. In order not to escalate the situation, do we have sufficient data? Do you have relationship with the landlord associations and such like, so as to differentiate the thieves from the original occupants? Thank you.
Okay, well, I'll ask Kompolo Sheni to handle that. He has been engaging with the local people, the resident association, and they have a few initiatives that they have since brought to the table.
Thank you, Your Excellency. To that, we've been engaging with the different associations on the main street and the adjoining streets. In fact, the associations will be meeting with the members of the emergency team at the Housing Corporation. We want to work with them on how to properly secure them, how to have ease of access and exit out of that place. And I mentioned before, we've been lucky that we've not recorded any untoward incidents with regards to security. So it's still a work in progress, and we believe that factoring them into our security plan and initiatives, we'll be able to have an 100% secured environment in that place. Thank you.
Fresh FM.
I'm looking at iṣẹ́ takuntakun ọlọ́láwa fún àwọn kọ́tẹ́ tí ń ṣe ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Àmọ́ àdẹ̀ tún gba aládùúrà wípé èrò ilé ìtarí ni Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kárí ewu rẹ̀ mọ́. Orúkọ tèmi ni Olúṣọlá Ọlágúnjú láti iléeṣẹ́ Fresh FM. Ìbéèrè mi kò pọ̀ púpọ̀, ṣùgbọ́n pẹ̀lú ipò ẹlẹgẹ́ tí àwọn agbègbè tí
Well, the executive governor of Oyo State there, Mr. Makinde, having a press brief with newsmen, and it's still ongoing. And at the moment, 3 persons have been confirmed dead, 77 injured. He also confirmed that he got a call from the president this morning, and the president also condoled with the people of Oyo State in these trying times. But according to the governor, he says the illegal miners are likely responsible for the incident. Investigation is still ongoing, and all those who are involved in the explosion, directly or indirectly, will be brought to book. And he also said people should move out of affected buildings to government-designated shelters, and appealed to hoteliers to allow affected victims coming to the hotel, and the government will be responsible for the bills. We will bring you more updates on our subsequent bulletin. Our correspondent Ademola Lawrence is still in Oyo State, tracking development as far as the incident is concerned.